Hey guys, my name is Rob Pearson and I am a coach with Shred Nation. I am one of the test group members and we are so excited to be with you tonight. We have not been able to get in contact with Chris as of yet, but we think that there may just be a delay in the schedule. So we're hoping that he's going to hop on in a moment. But what we decided to do, life throws you a curveball sometimes. And if there's anything that we've learned over the last 3.5 weeks doing this program is when something doesn't go the way that you want it to, you have to make the shift. All right. So what I just wanted to do to start the call off is to bring up the before and after photos of your coaches, the people who are in the test group, what they were able to achieve in 21 days. Give a little shout out to everyone who's done this. Shout out to their teams. So I'm just going to go ahead and share that screen and we will go right through with these. All right. So Mike Ryan from Team Victory. These guys, these results, all of these results as we go through are going to blow your mind. Mike is down 12 pounds, 11.5 inches, and he looks freaking awesome. All right. We have Melissa from the Wonder Woman team. Another amazing, amazing transformation. Front to back, up and down in just 3 weeks. We have Ryan Berry from Riot Fitness, who lost 7.5 pounds and 7 inches in the 3 weeks. And he actually looks, even today, 3 days later, his face still looks thinner than it did in that after photo. So he's still crushing it, looking awesome. All right, we have Natalie Daly, who is a total champ. She dealt with some really hard things as we were going through this, but she fought, she overcame. She looks awesome, losing 5.5 pounds and 6 inches, representing Misfit Legion. Next, we have Paul Francisco of Team Goal Crushers, looking absolutely amazing. Just, you can see the muscle definition that's coming through. And the thing that I love about all these transformations is there are different changes that are happening in everyone. Some people are leaning out in certain places. Some people are building muscles in certain places, but the change is so good. The shift is happening. We have Caroline Marone from Team Sweat Your Heart Out. She looks freaking amazing too. And I saw her face when we got on the call today. And again, it's just like, this is not just 3 weeks. This is turning into a lifestyle for all of us. And it's something that you guys, I promise you, are going to be so amped about when you get a hold of this. Next, we have Leslie Phillips Moody from Team Fit Spire, down 11.4 pounds and 12.2 inches, almost all from the waist. It looks absolutely amazing. So great job, Leslie. Melissa, dude, this was unbelievable. Just seeing this, it's like her stomach was just removed. Looking absolutely incredible, representing Team Inspire. So those are Melissa's before and afters from the first round. All right, we have Nicolette Anderson from Upgrade Alliance. Again, just another example of these crazy results. And I sit here and I look at all of these where we're 9 people in and just result. Every single person who showed up every day is seeing changes in their body, and it's just incredible. Allie Hybers from Team Fierce Factor, down 7 pounds. I don't know where she had 7 pounds to lose it from, but all I do know is that she looks even awesomer after. 5.25 inches gone in just 3 weeks. All right, Emily Robidas from Team Lion, looking lean, looking mean. Lauren Fitzgerald from Team Fits. She, again, just another situation where she is leaning out and looking great. Jillian Belands from Cheers to a Fit Life. Another, just awesome. Look, her core just ripping down, and like I've seen just the way that her attitude has changed along with it has been absolutely amazing. Next, we have Kara Hertline from Modern Fitness. Again, just another representation of what just showing up 3 weeks consistently does. Kara looks absolutely awesome. We have Jess Dukes from Fearlessly Fit, another situation of just leaning out, working hard. And I know she and I have talked a lot through this, and what we will talk about a little bit as we continue to go through is the mental shift that came along with these. So you're going to hear a lot of those stories because it's not just about the physical aspects, as great as they are. Jamie Innes, who I know, she is actually breastfeeding while doing this. I know that's a question that everybody has been asking. She's felt great. She looks amazing. She looks awesome. Again, getting great results. And then this is my wife and myself representing Shred Nation. And guys, I just feel so blessed. I'm going to stop sharing this so we can kind of continue moving forward here. But I just feel so blessed that we have an opportunity to, first of all, test this program out. And I'll tell you, every single person who's on this call tonight has gone to work every single day. And by going to work, I mean doing the food prep that they need to do to make sure that they're 100% on their nutrition, showing up and doing the workouts every day, even though especially come week 3, like it's painful, but the pain is worth it. And I think that you'll hear from everyone who shares anything tonight that the shift that has happened in their life, the shift that has happened based off not just the workouts, but what Chris shares, what he tells you, what he speaks into you during the workouts will change your mentality. It will change your focus. And that bleeds into every area of your life. And it's not just fitness and not just your business, but people are having different perspectives of how they deal with and grow and work on their relationships, whether it's with their spouse or with their parents or with their siblings or with the people who they work with. And what this program has done for us is challenge us to always seek better. And that's what making the shift is about. You see, you have like doubt that creeps in or the pain that tells you no, and you make the shift and you move forward. You move forward despite what challenge it is that you have to overcome. So I, again, just wanted to kick it off with the results that we have seen as a group. And Chris, again, unfortunately, it seems like he's not going to be with us tonight, but what we decided to do, we wanted to make sure that there was value that you guys were receiving tonight. So what we want to do is kind of tackle some of the questions that you guys have about the program, what we have experienced in the past 3 weeks, why all of us are excited for the next 3 weeks and maybe a little bit scared of the next 3 weeks. So what I want to do is give you guys, everyone else who's on this call, give you guys the opportunity to answer the questions that people are asking. So do any of you guys have the chat up so that we can kind of go over questions and we'll just kind of moderate back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Melissa, do you want to hit me up with what questions are being asked, and then we can kind of see if anybody wants to volunteer to answer it.
All right, you guys, let's see. So far, there's not any questions I'm seeing.
Okay.
Want to start with those?
Yeah. So we have a couple questions that I know that a lot of people have been asking on social media. So why don't we start with those? So the first question that a lot of people are asking is, can beginners do this program? So what that means is, as someone who hasn't worked out before, or is just getting started on their nutrition, is this something that's a program that will work for them? Does anybody feel, if no one feels called to answer, like I actually feel pretty confident about this one. So for me, I think this is a great program for beginners because I feel like right now as a company, as Beachbody, the introductory workout program or the introductory program is the 21-day fix. I feel like that is, as our company is concerned, that's the place where people are supposed to start because the nutrition is very simple, the workouts are condensed and straightforward, and it's a great thing for beginners who are getting into this. The reason why I feel like this is a great program for people who are starting is because it's still set up with the fixed nutrition, but I think honestly, with this program, week by week, week 1, week 2, week 3, the number of containers that you use changes. And I think what that does is that challenges people to actually understand how the container system is working. But with that being said, it almost puts more accountability on us as coaches to make sure that we're teaching people how to use the portion control. Because if someone just thinks, okay, I'm just gonna plug in the same thing and eat the same thing every day, they're not learning anything. All they're doing is eating what they're told to eat, and they're not learning how to adjust it. And I feel like this is the perfect combination of a program that starts with 25-minute workouts the first week, which is manageable. And if you have to modify, there's a modifier, and the modifier will sweat. Like I'm telling you, like there are, when you get to bear anything, you're going to modify. You know, write that down right now. Bear, like you're going to get your work in. So 25 minutes the first week, 35 minutes the second week, 45 minutes the third week, and it progresses. And as you progress and as you continue to challenge yourself and shift forward, I think it's going to give people a better first experience into what we're doing, because it's still simple, but it's almost forcing people to learn a little bit more. So that's why I think it's so good for people who are going to be beginners.
I got some questions.
Cool.
Okay. How is the meal plan different is one.
Cool. Well, I think I just touched on that. And if you guys don't mind, I'll just kind of run with it. So the meal plan is set up using the portion fix again. Okay. Week one, before you start, you're going to calculate. It's going to work the same way as you would have done it before. But what happens is each week, they restrict a little bit what you can eat and how much you eat. So you reduce the amount of carbohydrates that you're taking in. You're increasing the amount of fat and protein that you're taking in. And what ends up happening is, as you reduce your carbs, you start to use the fat that you're consuming and the fat that you have as your energy. So what happens is you turn into a fat burning machine. I know a lot of people have been throwing around, and I even, like, I cringe to even say this. It's not ketosis. It's not high fat, low carb. This is not what it is. I don't want you to put this nutrition plan into a box. Don't put it into a box, because all you're going to do is shoot yourself in the foot and try to align with all these other things. This nutrition plan is the Shift Shop nutrition plan. That's it. Don't let it be any more complicated than that. Follow these instructions, follow the plan. You will get results. Every single person on this call, every single person in the test group got results from using the nutrition plan. Don't go outside it. It's simple and it works, right? And I think for me, week 3, when I got no yellows, it was hard. I'd say on like the first day or the second day, but that's all mental. And anyone who's on this call will agree with me. Like, that's when you make the shift, because you say, oh man, what am I going to do without yellows? You know what you're going to do? You're going to get up, you're going to drink your shake, you're going to eat the rest of your food, you're going to work out hard, and you're going to live. Like, it's fine.
You know what's so funny about that?
Go ahead.
Actually, now that we're back to being allowed to have a yellow again, I actually forgot to have a yellow today. And it's funny because when you start this and you're like, holy shit, I'm not going to have yellows. Like, how am I going to live? And now, having done it for being in our 4th week, it was dinner time and I was like, oh my God, I don't have a yellow. I didn't plan a yellow. I don't even have a yellow to have. No yellows. Like, you know what I mean? Because you get so used to it. Yeah. Another big thing I think with the nutrition, like that you guys that are all on here that are so familiar with the meal plan, is your yellows aren't like wide open like you're used to, in terms of like, you can have bread, you can have pizza, you could have treats. Like, that's not allowed, which is why these results are happening. So just know that.
For sure.
I have so I'm going to just keep going with the questions, I guess, right?
Well, and Melissa, Chelsea just offered an idea that I think might be cool.
Good.
So why don't we, if everyone's comfortable doing this, do you guys want to go down the line and each just share a little bit about your experience, maybe what your biggest struggle was, and like what your biggest victory was going through the program? I think that'd be a cool way, because I think that'll answer a lot of questions and just share what we experienced. Is that cool with everybody?
Sure.
Cool. Well, I'm just gonna, Allison, you're all the way over to the left for me, so why don't you kick it off?
Hey guys. Okay, so I absolutely love this program. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. You will love it so much. So I'm not typically a cardio lover, so like the cardio days would come up, I'm like, oh, like I didn't want to do it. But he was my favorite part of this program, and he's like pushing you. He's a coach in real life, so he's coaching you through these moves and these workouts. And I love that it's set up like you do intervals. So it's like 1 minute on, then you have a little break, and then another minute on. So you just give it your hardest. So that pushed me through, and him yelling at me. I didn't listen to music like I normally do when I do this workout. So I had him on my speakers, loud, like going through the house, and it was awesome. It was like he was right there just pushing me through it. I loved him. He made you just, like, if you took a break, you felt bad about it. I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. And it was awesome. So that was my favorite part about it. And I like that it was quick and it progressed like 25 minutes, then 35, then 45, and then we go into 50 soon. So I'm scared about that. But yeah, I love the progression, and him, you will love him.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Hey, Carolyn, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I have to agree with Allison about like the way he motivates you and the way he pushes you. I'd like to say he's the Tony Robbins of fitness, if anyone hasn't said that yet. But I don't know. Just you get in there, you work out, and you feel like you just listen to a personal development podcast after, like, while you're working out. And that was something that I used to do. I used to actually listen to PD while I worked out because I loved the working my mind and working my body at the same time. It was just like a really cool experience. And then I would go and write like the most creative posts ever after doing that. But he kind of combined the two, so I no longer have to do that. You just do the workout and you're like, ooh, you write these awesome posts afterwards, and then you're like, how did I come up with that? So it's really awesome that you're working your mind and your body at the same time. I would say my biggest challenge was towards the end of the program. I was kind of feeling really bloated, and I was retaining a lot of water, and it had a lot to do with the fact that the workouts were ramping up and my body wasn't used to the way the meal plan was. But like with anything, you have to trust the process. So I just stuck to it. I didn't say, oh, I'm not going to do this because it's not working right for me. Stuck with it, just kept eating what it told me to eat, drank all the water I was supposed to drink. And then after rest day, I had a six-pack again. So you have to really trust the process with anything new. You may not see, like, everyone's body is different. You may not see like awesome results right away, but by the end of this program, you will have results if you stick to it. But if you try to change it and think, well, my body needs more of this, so I'm just going to eat more of this, then you're probably not going to see the kind of results that we're all seeing because we're following it. So if you ever feel like you're stuck or it's not working, it's just like with anything. You tell your challengers the same thing. Trust the process. Just do it every day. At the end, you're going to have results. So you have to remember the same thing for yourself too. So that was my biggest struggle towards the end. But I knew that I just had to trust the process, and everything worked out good and dandy. So
cool. Thanks for sharing.
No problem.
Leslie. Hey. Oop, I cannot hear you. Let me see if I can. Are you muted? Nope. Can you check your microphone? Why don't you check your microphone, and I will we'll come back to you in a minute. All right. Let's do that. All right, Melissa.
Okay. Hey. So we're doing our biggest struggle and our biggest thing we like the best about it.
Yeah.
So the biggest struggle, I would say, I agree with, I hate cardio. I've never done Insanity. I don't do Shaun T anything ever. Hate it. And these were super hard cardio workouts. So I definitely dreaded them. But as I got more into it, into the program, I started to crave those kind of workouts, which is insane. I've been a coach and I've been doing these programs for 4 years. Never happened before. And now I actually look forward to those days because that sweat you get and that after feeling is everything. Love it. My favorite part of the program is looking at my before and after and seeing how insane like I said, I've literally done I've done all the programs. I've done the reset. I've done everything. I've never had my body change so quickly with anything. Ever. And I followed it like exactly, like to the teaspoon of what I was supposed to eat is what I ate. Like exact. Everything, like back to day one with 21 Fix, measure the green, put the green in the bowl, measure the red, put the red in the bowl, half an orange for now and half an orange for later, like legit like that. And my own, like I couldn't even believe my results. And you guys, if you do this the way that you're supposed to, you like, Chris is in our group a lot and we get to talk to him and see him and whatever. And he said, like, you guys, this is going to shift your whole life. It's not just going to shift your body. It's going to shift your business. It's going to shift everything. And already, before it's even been released, and it's only 25 days in, like, my business is insane. Everybody wants to be a part of it because they can see the shift in me. So when you guys do get your hands on this, and even leading up to it, like, get the excitement from us right now and start building on that. Like, share, build, like, people want to be a part of this. And you guys have access to so many of our before and afters to share. So, like, get excited because it's insane. So that's my favorite. Before and after pictures. Those are my favorites.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. Hey, Paul, you want to go next?
Sure. So, you know, I turned 45 right before I got notified that I was going to be in this group, and I was just like super excited because I could represent the elderly here, and you know, it's amazing because I've been doing this for almost 7 years. I've done every program except Leandro's because he kicks my butt, but I've done the reset twice, and I always follow things to a T because that's just how I am. This program and the way the nutrition is set up, it just works. It just absolutely works. And you guys are going to be, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be blown away at how easy it is to transition to a different style of nutrition with the containers, and how the nutrition changes up, and how you won't desire some of those things you used to desire before. And that to me was one of my biggest worries, and it ended up being the easiest thing. My biggest challenge was, you know, for my other job, I traveled 3 or 4 days a week, every week, whether I want to or not. And I'm not going to eat airline food. I'm not going to eat airport food. I really watch the hotel food, so I have everything with me. So it's that part has been a challenge, but I didn't miss a beat. And boy, I nailed it. And you know, the results speak for themselves. So what I would say to you guys is you already have access to sell the Shift Shop Challenge Pack, and it's the All Access Challenge Pack. So you guys should be using our results. You guys should be using our pictures and getting out there and getting people signed up with the All Access Challenge Pack and letting them know that come mid-July, boom, they're in the Shift Shop automatically. And that's my big, you know, message to you guys, because this program and the way Chris teaches you, you're just gonna, I don't know what happens, I don't know why it happens, but it even got through, you know, to this old dog. There's a shift, and it happens, and I don't know why, but it does. And if I can sit there in a 45-minute ridiculously hard workout and screw it, I'm doing this. Some of our other programs, I'd be like, oh, man, this is ridiculous. It's happening, and it'll happen for you too. So I can't wait to see when our entire community gets on this, what it's going to do.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Paul. Hey, Rosa.
Hey, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, awesome. All right, so what my biggest challenge was with this program is also what I loved the most about it, what I love the most about it. When I started this program, for those of you who were on the teal wave of the Success Club trip, you might have heard a little bit about my year and my story. But in January, my dad had a stroke, and then very quickly after, my sister was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And then very quickly after that, my brother, who had a brain tumor, the cancer had progressed. And so, you know, really like the most heart-wrenching sort of year I could imagine. And then I was asked to be in this Shift Shop test group, and I was like, you know what, this is probably exactly what I need right now. Sorry, my husband's texting me. And what I found happened with these workouts, like it was actually, before that, it was really easy for me to say, you know, life is too hard, I can skip a workout kind of thing. I started with the Shift Shop, and there was something about the way that Chris Downing talks to you in that workout. And he, at the very beginning, he said, when you hit that marker, these little rubber markers that we get, when you hit that marker, I want it to mean something. You're not just hitting the marker, I want it to mean something to you. So we wrote on our markers. The first one says, here and now. Because that reminded me to be in it, to be taking care of myself, doing something to take care of me during this time. Upgrade your struggle. My husband wrote this one because everybody's got problems, right? But it's a better problem to be hurting during a workout than to not be fitting into your clothes, right? What kind of pain do you choose? And be the exception. So every time I hit one of these markers, it means something to me. It means I have accomplished something. And so my biggest struggle was at the beginning to get myself to do the workouts. But that's also what I love best about it, because I'm kind of addicted now to doing my workout, because it really is often the only time in the day where that's just for me and where I can really take care of myself. And I'll say the same thing that I said on the Success Club trip. Nobody benefits if you quit, right? Your life situation doesn't get better if you quit. And this workout, this program, just means the world to me, and I'm so excited to share it with the world, because for me, it's that bit of encouragement, that coaching that you get from Chris Downing. I feel like he's kind of the missing piece in the Beachbody family. Like the way that he comes across and coaches you during the workout just gives me something and feeds my soul. So that's my take on it, and I'm just really excited for all of you to get your hands on it and to feel that same sort of inner transformation. I know people keep asking in the chat, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm trying to explain it, but it's something you kind of got to be there and experience for yourself.
Awesome. So good. All right, Ryan, you're up.
All right, so here we go. So kind of on the same tone, that the thing I like the most and the hardest thing for me is the same thing. And this is going to answer a lot of questions that have been asked that I've seen in the feed about, can you modify? Because for anyone that knows me on my team here, on day 4, I cut the end of my finger off. And I'm not talking like I cut my finger, like I cut a piece of my finger off. And the first thing I thought was, I'm out, I'm done, test group over, I can't hold a dumbbell, there's no point in even finishing with the program. But the first 4 days, because I finished day 4 workout before I cut my finger, taught me that it's just about doing your best. Just be better every day and do what you can. Modify as much as you need to and just keep pushing yourself. And then on day 5, I realized, okay, so I hooked my sandbags through my arms on the straps, and I was doing curls with sandbags on my arms. And I realized that I was capable of doing so much more than I ever thought was ever possible. And that even modifying, because the first few days I was using 20, 25-pound weights to holding 120-pound sandbag. And I was like, oh, my results probably aren't going to be as great. But I just did my best. I did what I could. And the motivation and inspiration that comes from Chris really helped me get past that I might as well just quit mindset because I can't hold a dumbbell. And I really still got amazing results. And now I can hold a dumbbell again. I can't even wait for the second round to just prove to myself how much better my results will be round 2, because I can hold my dumbbells again. And it's still not great, but it's absolutely amazing, the mindset that this program teaches you. And it's by far the most amazing part. And modifications, I think there's probably not one person in the entire test group that hasn't modified a rep of one move at some point, because you're pushing yourself to your extreme. You're going to get tired. You're going to end up dropping your knee down to the ground for a second, or it's fine. You're going to completely crush it if you just keep up with it.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, Ryan, that was you guys and all you guys, like I want to just be candid. When this group started, this was a test group with 300 people in it. And when it first started, it was crazy because it's like 300 people who know each other probably based off of their Facebook profile photo. And I think for me, what I learned is how many different people there are with how many different struggles they have. No, even here, this small sample size, everyone had a different struggle. And I think that's the difference for me. It's my transition into what I'm going to say. That's for me what I think the difference is with Chris is it's not about weight loss. And he says this for him. It's not about him. It's not about Chris Downing. It's about and it's not even about us. It's about everyone. It's about getting people into the shop and helping people make that shift. And like you see people overcoming these crazy, amazing things. And it's all because this applies to every part of your life. And I think that's why it was designed the way that it was. Every day is a battle, and our job is to conquer that battle. You know, whether it's getting an additional rep in, or if it's about telling yourself you love yourself, or telling your spouse that I remember that was the biggest thing that hit me. Is at one point in the test group, Chris did a video and he said, like, guys, write a love letter to your wife and tell her how much you appreciate her. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, here's a guy who hasn't met any of us, or maybe shook our hand and took a picture with us. That's the extent that he knows of us. And he's so invested in us and our well-being, physically, emotionally, nutritionally, mentally, because like that's the impact that we have as coaches. And he is a coach. That's the thing that's so funny. He's not a Beachbody coach, but he's leading by example. And I think the one thing that I took away the most is how much love we need to be pouring into the people who we're connecting with. How much love and how much encouragement we need to be putting into our challenge groups. And I think everyone on this call will nod in agreement. It's like we learned a lot about running challenge groups through this challenge group, because like we need to be in there. We need to be fighting with the people who we're working with. And for me, my biggest challenge coming into this, if you guys don't know me, I had a serious spinal injury a year ago, to the point where I didn't know if I was going to work out again. I thought it was going to be PT the rest of my life, fusion surgeries and all this stuff. And I battled through this over this past year. And as soon as we got the invitation to do the test group, I turned to Chelsea and I said, I don't know if my back will be able to handle this. That was my fear. And you know, a couple people talked about modifications, and it's insane because there were moves that I had to modify. And again, I make jokes about anything that has the word bear in it is dangerous. Like most of my rehabilitation for my spine was the modified version of the bear movements. So like me being the guy who goes 110 miles an hour and like full force, the extreme guy, humbling myself and doing the modification. And guess what? Everyone on here who did modifications got great freaking results, because they didn't, you know what none of us modified is the nutrition plan. And I think if nothing else, if there's nothing else that you guys take from tonight, is that this program works and you can do it. No matter how far off track you've fallen, or no matter how fit you are, there are people who were fit before this and look absolutely insane. I'm sure you guys will see those before and after photos, but you can do this. You just have to be open to making that mental shift. You have to be open to Chris pouring into you. And he will. He will change your life if you allow him to do it. So that's really that's really what I have, guys. Do you guys have any final thoughts you guys wanted to share? I know it's almost 9 o'clock, so we've been going for almost the time that we had wanted to go. Are there any final thoughts? You guys just want to call it a wrap?
Think we're
good.
Yeah.
Good. Cool, guys. We will all communicate to you. We're gonna try to hook up with Chris and see exactly what happened. and we will get him on a call for you guys. I can promise you that. So be on the lookout in your team groups for when we get that done. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. I hope this was helpful. And get excited, man. This is gonna change your life. This is gonna change your business, and it's gonna change the way we do everything. So have a great night. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys soon.